Hey everyone, how you doing today? I thought I would do a video on Valheim. So I've been kind of playing this on and off for a while, and this is actually in a survival game without cheating or flying or spawning in resources or anything like that. I did learn how to do a fly camera, and I'll show you that towards the end of the video. But I figured I'd just show you what I've got going on, and I'm basically building a port town. And some of the structures in here are kind of a learning process for sure. But I'm starting to get to the point where I'm learning a lot more. But I don't have access to the later game resources and things to do a lot of decoration with, and even some things in construction. I have killed the second boss and got some iron at this point, and a few iron things, but not a lot yet because I keep building. But without further ado, let me just explain what's going on here. This is my production base. This is like base number 3 for this. So storage, all the crafting and ore processing, cooking, pretty much everything, and cart access. I wanted to build all these buildings like this so I can move carts in and out of them very easily. All right, so let's start the tour of the city area here. So, not much going on in this room over here, just a couple portals. I got one going to the trader and one set to when I build another place somewhere else right now. Let's go down this path here to start with. So, one of the earlier structures that I built was my first experience in playing around with doing like roundy curvy buildings. I had a little design flaw in this puppy. This was going to be a kind of a foundry type of building with a second floor where with living space. Unfortunately, the wood was not strong enough to get the ceiling up there, and I'm a little off skewed too, so it's not like a perfectly round thing. Again, a learning experience, but let's get upstairs here in this one and take a look around. Now this is some of the older stuff. The newer stuff is I'm learning a lot more since then. That's kind of what this looks like on the top. Big open ceiling, which never worked due to the rain, just comes down and dilapidates the wood and stuff. So that's kind of where we're at with this one. So let's move on to the next place. Take the grand tour around the different streets. Streets. I said streets. Yes, it actually legitimately has some streets in it. So over here, a little overlook deck kind of thing. Unfortunately, I did not have enough resin to light all these torches up, and then when I tried, a storm came in, followed by a troll attack, which kind of screwed up my first take on this video pretty good. So when we get down to this street here, we've got, this is kind of a gatehouse slash, it's going to be more of a motel kind of thing. It has a gate going to the east and north that comes through this building, again, with cart access. And then when you go down this stretch over here, I've got a pretty massive defense wall on the east side with a big moat as well, trying to have some security. It does work over here, but I have one side of the city that is undefended yet because the city keeps expanding that direction, and I do not want to wall it off at this point. So this would be more or less a shopping area, or like a bunch of traders and stores and things like that. This building originally was cart storage. I since don't need that anymore. And a few other little buildings and shops that, quite frankly, need interiors to be worked out on them. So they are kind of lacking. So when you come down the main drag here, this gets by this main building, which was at one point in time my base. And then we've got some other buildings here, again with a couple different floors. This one may end up turning into a lighthouse, but I need better construction materials to build it taller or work on some other things. So those iron reinforced beams, I actually can build some of those now, but have not done that yet. And keep in mind, just to repeat, all this was done in survival. So I chopped a awful lot of trees and things to make this place, and no flying around. I had to build scaffolds and stuff so I could build this stuff, and it was took some time for sure. But this is getting out kind of to the dock, and don't mind the boat just sort of parked there, not very well right now, or docked to anything. Um, So we keep on going out this way. This is going to get us into the main port area. Kind of see there's a lot of different stuff going on. And there's another building up over there that's a little more sophisticated than the last round one. This one here was my first dock that I built in here. And it's got a little debris around. I've had some incidents with various things that took place in gameplay, and it's a little rough to get enough time with nice weather to actually film a video. But this dock, unfortunately, is not capable of handling the larger boats, only the small ones. So I needed a better, newer dock beyond this one. So as we keep going out this way, that's where this work in progress building is coming into play right now, and this is far from complete. It is. I've had more attacks, and these gray dwarfs, whatever, they just keep coming in and doing things, and trolls and swamp creatures and you name it. But this is a very large wooden structure. It's getting some concrete docks that I'm kind of a work in progress. I got to build that out and complete that. And but this is going to be 3 floors actually. There's going to be a 3rd floor way up there. It's going to be probably my new production base slash dock center slash storage slash. It does it all because it's for a wooden structure. It's pretty large for sure. And it completely works. So I mean, everything's structurally sound on it. Of course, when you get to the very utter top of the ceiling there, it's kind of weak, but it's not weak enough to collapse unless you influence it to collapse. So moving out of here, this path just kind of keeps on going, and I wanted to curve it, and following a natural waterway that was here a little bit. I need to do a lot more dredging and widen that out though. Oh, resin. Yes, and I wanted to light a lot more torches before the video. Unfortunately, I ran out of resin. This thing has so many different torches and things around it. And actually at this point here, let's show you something else. If you might know this already, but F5 is the console in this game. If you go here and you say I'm a cheater first, it'll say okay, cheats are allowed. Now I didn't use this to build any of this, but it's really nice for the fly camera. So then you can type in a command called freefly, and I like to back that command up with setting a smoothness to freefly, which is ffsmooth 1. Okay, so now when I get back, now I can just fly around and I don't have to move my player around with me. And this will get you a lot better view of what's actually taking place here in this town. So this is kind of like the main harbor area. And I wanted to, although this doesn't function, I kind of built it so it looks like there's some big wooden doors where you could literally bring a ship in to either build it, repair it, whatnot, keep it out of harm's way. And then you would sail it down this channel once this gets fully complete. Out to sea. So I thought that was kind of a neat idea. A lot of fun doing this. So I like to build things anyway. So here we go. So we got a bridge that kind of goes across here, and this is one of the main corridors that goes to the production base, which is at the end of this bridge. And there again is that round building. This structure over here started actually as my second base, but it greatly expanded over time, and then I integrated it into the city around it. So you can kind of see a bird's eye view what that actually looks like. And then a lot of like roads and things that kind of get you around the city, usually allowing cart access. Now inside of here it's mostly stripped out. It used to be a little more lavish. But this was my storage section here, bed and everything else. And the chimney was done very differently here. Now this is before I could build the better fireplaces, so I was just using campfires. But the ceiling itself has a cutout slit in it, which all the smoke escapes without actually seeing anything open. So it was a little bit different take on it. Keeps the rain out, and your smoke gets out of the building nicely. So it's the only time I'd done that particular technique, though, when building this here. All right, so this building over here, this was a fun one. I don't really have an interior on it yet, but it's kind of like testing structural integrity and playing with raising up terrain to build these big mounts and then building up from there. And this one actually works pretty good. Did build a walkway to get up there now. So here, let me just fly through the door here. This one does have one issue, though, and that is I cannot seal the ceiling again. I probably going to need to bring in a little bit better material so I can get a roof on over this, and then I'll probably furnish this inside as well. But it's got a great view over the Bay Area, I guess you could say, out the window. It's higher than everything else in the city so far. So this is kind of the outside of that production base. My one beehive, believe it or not, here's, no, I guess it's not going to work right now because I'm in that. I was going to say, all my travels around so far, I've only found literally one beehive. So I'm actively seeking more. I've cut so many trees down that I'm literally growing new trees so I can have enough wood to keep on going with this thing. Other than that, the distance is getting too far to get any more trees. Why I picked this location, it was right next to dark forest, and right beyond the dark forest is swamp. So that is one thing I wanted to be near. So here's the upper section. I started working on a new wall to protect this side of the city. And here is the north gatehouse, basically an entry point to the city. Still kind of working on this area as well, and then we've also got our west gatehouse over here. I have taken some attacks, and I keep on seeing more and more damage every time I look at things, fortunately. But this is, like I said, this is actual survival play, and I kind of prefer it that way, at least for now, because I'm actively playing the game here. So this one is this one's coming along again with card access. Everything's got card access. Then you get down to well, we already been through here. Here's that shopping area, or kind of market district, and I think that's pretty much the extent of what's in here now. And what's getting built. Current project obviously is this big structure over here. Oh, there's my player sitting there. And it needs more detailing and a lot of interior to be done in it. And so future plans for the town is there's a couple other things I wanted to build, and then I definitely need to secure this side of the base, which is totally open right now. I didn't want to build any defensive structure here yet because I'm still expanding in this direction. So I didn't want a big wall that I'd have to, pull out right away after building it. So I just kind of deal with it on the attacks, and usually if I can get out in the field, I can deal with either the troll or the swamp attacks easy enough out in the open grassy area. I don't really need anything much better than that. But that's where I'm at right now. Oh, there's some other little areas too. Little garden thing in the middle of town here. Why I did that, I don't know. I just wanted to get some trees in here because it was looking awfully plain. I had no grass. Everything was muddy, especially when it was raining. But yeah, if you're into this game, you can do an awful lot with the building on it. It takes a little bit to learn it. When I first started, I started with like a floor or wall, and now it's like I build up beams, and I use the wood beams, the two different sizes for measuring, and I make sure I use this core wood or these poles here for main support beams on all structures right now. I can There's better than that though. There's the iron beams, and also you can use stone to build walls. Like I said, my stone usage has been very minimal in this so far. Mainly just some walk paths. So I do plan on building some kind of stone structure, but future expansion things, once I get some more of these buildings done and get this fully furnished, this big one over here, is I did want to get a lighthouse in, and natural terrain I think is going to give me a nice location for a lighthouse over here. Did want to get some kind of another kind of hotel building, but one of the things I was kind of looking forward to building, and I haven't started any groundwork yet, is I wanted to build like a gladiator arena, and maybe even that can store trolls in gated rooms or something. I don't know. We'll see how that works out. I'm not sure if I'm going to pull that one off or not, but I was thinking that's probably going to be out in this area somewhere, and the rest of the buildings of this city are probably going to be built at a different angle. Like most of this is 90-degree angling right now, but then I just started manipulating like the side of the dock over here, started rounding that off and trying to add in a lot more organic look and feel to it, so everything isn't so squared off. So wanted to do like an arena, some support buildings around it, but literally angle all those at maybe a 45 or even a couple different angles to kind of fill this all in, and then have an angled wall that literally comes across there and meets up to the wall structure over here, which then would totally defend the entire area. So that's kind of where I'm at, and I was desperately trying to take a nice video, and I will do a nice cinematic video of this once I get it complete. But I wanted to light it up better too, but I ran out of resin, and weather and events that keep on taking place are making it perpetually difficult and challenging to record it sometimes. In fact, first few recordings it got really nasty. It started raining, and then a troll attack, and then this, and then that, and then by the time that a lot of my torches ran out of fuel, and so on. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a great game. This is my first playthrough. I don't want to spoil it by cheating. The only thing I'm cool with is like the fly camera, which obviously is really nice to show other people what you've been working on. And that's about it right now. So yeah, if you like this, that's cool. If you got any comments or ideas of what else could go in a city like this, something legitimate. I kind of wanted most things for some form of function. Now, some other things that I'm severely lacking to, obviously, like a nice bee farm. I'm not doing any animal herding yet. I haven't really done much with farms. There's a lot more I need to do in the game itself as I progress. I got my little chintzy farm that's, well, I ended up kind of destroying most of it to level it out better. But I got to get back into the planning. I have not put any mods into the game either for construction or any other things. So this is the stock unmodded game, entirely built in survival, and one heck of a lot of tree harvesting and some stone harvesting, and you name it. But it's a good time. It's a fun game. I'll build for probably 3/4 of the time, and then I'll go out questing and adventuring and getting resources and stuff on the other time, and use a lot of carts. I do dig the carts, and that's why I like the pathing in the city, so I can literally, when I'm working on a building somewhere, I can get cart right there, usually right next to me, pretty easily through all the different paths going through here. And yeah. All right. Well, that's it for me today. I know if you don't follow me, I normally build for a game called Empyrion Galactic Survival, and this is my very first time doing any kind of video on anything but Empyrion Galactic Survival. And Empyrion also is a building game. It deals with spaceships and other things, and it's very powerful in the building. So you got a lot of things you can do. It is different building than this game. But it is very powerful, and you build moving things and stuff a lot. So they each have their own thing going on, but this one is new. It's terribly fun, and I couldn't help myself but build, and build some more until I don't know what to build anymore, which is a long ways off right now. So anyway, you all have yourself a good day. I'll talk to you later.